you're training your brain to be unhappy. And you're doing it every single day without even realizing it. Not with big decisions, not with obvious mistakes, but with small habits, tiny actions, the kind that feel completely harmless. And that's exactly why they're so dangerous. Because right now, there are patterns shaping how you feel, patterns that decide your mood, your energy, your motivation, your outlook on life, and most of them are running automatically. In this video, I'm going to show you 6 habits that are silently rewiring your brain, and one of them is probably something you did this morning. Most people think happiness comes later, after success, after money, after everything finally falls into place, but that's the lie. Happiness doesn't arrive. It's trained. And if you don't train it, your brain defaults to something else: stress, negativity, overthinking. And here's the part most people miss. Your brain isn't broken. It's just following patterns you've been repeating for years. But by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to change them. Not by forcing yourself, not by overhauling your life, but through small shifts that completely change how your brain works. Let's start with something almost too simple. But don't underestimate it, because this first habit quietly controls how your entire day feels. Habit 1. Name one good thing before your phone, before your feet hit the ground, before your brain gets pulled into the world. Pause and ask yourself one question. What is one thing that is good in my life right now? Not 10 things, not a perfect life, not something impressive. Just one. It could be small. Your bed, your health, a person, a moment, anything. Because here's why this matters. Your brain has something called a negativity bias. It's designed to scan for problems. Because for most of human history, that's what kept you alive. Danger, threat, uncertainty. Your brain is wired to notice what's wrong. But today, that same system is working against you. It makes neutral situations feel negative. It makes small problems feel big. It makes you overlook what's actually good. And when that becomes your default, life starts to feel heavier than it really is. But the moment you intentionally look for something good, you interrupt that pattern. You activate a filter in your brain. It's called the reticular activating system. And its job is simple. It decides what you notice. So if you start your day looking for problems, you'll find them in everything. But if you start your day looking for something good, your brain starts finding more of it. Same life, different perception, 5 seconds. That's all it takes. And over time, that changes everything. Now here's where most people mess up. They hear this and think, that's too simple. That won't change anything. And that belief is exactly why they stay stuck. Because your brain doesn't change through intensity, it changes through repetition. Which brings us to the next habit. And this one, most people completely ignore. Step into natural light. Before you check your phone, step into light, not for 30 minutes, not a long walk, just 1 minute. Step outside, stand near a window, let natural light hit your eyes. Because your brain responds to light instantly. Morning light is one of the strongest signals your brain receives. It regulates your circadian rhythm. It increases serotonin. It stabilizes your mood. In simple terms, it tells your brain, we're okay, we're safe, let's wake up. But instead, most people wake up and do something very different. They grab their phone. They flood their brain with stimulation, notifications, messages, content. And before their brain even wakes up, it's already overwhelmed. That's how the day starts, reactive. And without realizing it, you're training your brain to feel scattered, low energy, unfocused. And then later, you try to fix it. with coffee, with motivation, with effort, when the real fix was available in the first 60 seconds of your day. That's how subtle this is, and why most people never correct it. Now let's go deeper, because this next habit is where real change starts to build. Celebrate tiny wins. Most people go through their entire day doing things and feeling nothing. They complete tasks, they make progress, they resist distractions, they show discipline, and then they move on. No pause, no recognition, no reinforcement, and that's a problem. Because your brain doesn't run on logic, it runs on reinforcement. And reinforcement comes from dopamine. When you acknowledge progress, even something small, your brain marks it as important. And when something feels important, your brain wants to repeat it. That's how habits are built. But if you do something good and ignore it, your brain doesn't learn from it, it forgets it. So instead of chasing big wins, start recognizing small ones. Finish something? Say it. Good job. Stayed focused? Acknowledge it. Resisted procrastination? Notice it. It feels small, but it's not. Because this is how you build momentum, and momentum is what most people are missing. Now here's where things shift again, because what you do at night is just as important as what you do in the morning. Ask what went well. At the end of the day, most people replay their mistakes, what they didn't do, what went wrong, what they should have done better, and your brain stores that. But memory isn't neutral, it's selective. What you focus on is what your brain keeps. So if every night you replay what went wrong, your brain builds a narrative. I'm behind, I'm not doing enough, I'm failing, and over time, that becomes your reality. Not because it's true, but because it's repeated. So instead, ask a different question. What went well today? Not what was perfect, not what changed your life, just what went well. Because when you revisit positive moments, your brain stores them deeper. And over time, this changes your perception of your life. You stop feeling like everything is going wrong and start seeing what's actually working. Now this next habit is where everything expands beyond you. Send one positive message. Send one message. Simple, short, genuine. I appreciate you. I was thinking about you. You did great today. No reason needed. No big explanation. Just intention. Because when you do this, something powerful happens. Your brain releases dopamine and oxytocin, chemicals linked to connection, safety, warmth, and your brain starts to shift. You stop seeing the world as distant, or neutral, or cold, and start experiencing it as connected. And when your brain feels safe, it allows happiness. Now the final habit, and this one might be the most important, because it gives you control. But calm can be trained. Before you react, before you respond, before you let emotion take over, pause. 3 slow breaths, long inhale, longer exhale, that's it. But here's what happens. You activate your parasympathetic nervous system, your heart rate slows, your body relaxes, your thoughts clear, and suddenly, you're not reacting anymore, you're choosing. And that is real power. Now step back for a second. None of these habits are dramatic. None of them are difficult. None of them require a new life. And that's exactly why they work. Because your brain doesn't change through intensity. It changes through repetition. And if you repeat these small actions every day, something starts to shift. Slowly, quietly, but permanently. You wake up, and things feel lighter. You react less, you appreciate more, you think clearer. And one day, you realize something. You didn't find happiness. You trained it. Here's the part most people ignore. This only works if you actually do it. Not all 6 habits, not perfectly. Just one. Start with one. Make it automatic. Because this is how the 1% think. They don't wait for change. They build it, one small action at a time. And over time, that becomes everything. So before you go back to scrolling, choose one and do it today. Because right now, you're training your brain. The only question is, what are you training it to feel? If you want to go deeper and understand how to completely reset your brain's baseline, watch this next. This 1% morning habit makes your brain happier. Because if you don't fix the foundation, these habits won't stick. And that's where real change begins.